For all the latest updates, subscribe to News9.
In the latest to the India-China disengagement process, India has rebutted to Chinese claims that its frontline border troops have completed the disengagement process.
There has been some progress made towards this objective, but the disengagement process has as yet not been completed. The senior commanders of the two sides will be meeting in the near future to work out steps in this regard.
The spokesperson also underlined that maintenance of peace and tranquility in the border areas is the basis of the India-China bilateral relationship.
The maintenance of peace and tranquility in the border areas is the basis of our bilateral relationship. Therefore, we expect that the Chinese side will sincerely work with us for complete disengagement and de-escalation and full restoration of peace and tranquility in the border areas at the earliest, as agreed by the two special representatives.
This was in response to a reply given by Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Wang Wenbin. Wenbin was asked a specific question on whether Indian and Chinese soldiers have completed disengagement. The frontline frontier defense forces of the two countries have disengaged in most locations, and the current situation continues to develop in the direction of easing and cooling. The statement from MEA spokesperson Anurag Srivastava also comes as a response to Chinese ambassador to India Sun Weidong. The Chinese ambassador, in a series of tweets, had called for the preservation of India-China bilateral ties. Both sides should grasp fundamental interests of two countries and their peoples, stick to friendly cooperation, and properly handle differences to bring bilateral relations back to normal track. To move China-India relations forward, I believe that we need to straighten our views on several key issues. First, China is committed to peaceful development and is not a strategic threat to India. The Chinese ambassador even went to the extent of hinting that India has got its priorities wrong. Invisible virus rather than China is the threat. It is short-sighted and harmful to deny long history of peaceful coexistence between China and India and portray our friendly neighbor for thousands of years as opponent and strategic threat due to temporary differences and difficulties. China firmly upholds its sovereignty and meanwhile will never engage in aggression or expansion. China has firmly safeguarded its national sovereignty, security and development interests. We have never been aggressive and pursued own development at expense of other countries. With Boycott China taking shape across India, the Chinese ambassador said that the decoupling of Indian and Chinese economies will only result in a lose-lose outcome.
Forced decoupling of the Chinese and Indian economies is against the trend and will only lead to a lose-lose outcome.
Differences between India and China on the disengagement process along the line of actual control emerged following the meeting last Friday. New Delhi called on Beijing to sincerely implement the understandings on troop withdrawals reached by senior military commanders of the two sides.